This is a great class today because we are having Mother's Day also coming in, and this is also the celebration of that matriarch part, not just the physical and the biological mother, but just that people who have been playing that part of nurturing you and part of your creation of who you are, not just physically, but also on a spiritual level, on an awakening level. So today it's not about the normal trending parts of speeches. It's offering these classes, and it's we all coming to this place of softening together, and you begin with more of a presence than a persuasion. So when we come into that, I invite you this class to join in the space of that consciousness, because one is the roles and the mind and the titles and individualized level of identification. The other is totally taking a break from it into the coming into the space of that presence. And so when the awareness is replaced um, on arguments, you could see that there is a nurturing of the mother in it. And when the awareness comes into the space of logic, then you see the mother in it. I just want you to today to be without persuasion to learn of the speech, just trying to be in the presence of this place. So saying that I will allow you and nudge you into places that you really can see where your navigation has lost yourself, and bringing into that space of the class. So saying that now, take a deep breath in into the count of 4, and maybe allow the breath to be into the space of the count of 4, and then very gently breathing out into the count of 4, and your emphasis on totally into this space. Pulsing again. So like a square breathing. This isn't being right. This is about being real today. So now, very gently, when you're doing this breathing, you're coming into the space that not allowing you to see the life through this tiny lens. And then being present, being in the space of the mother is, mother has many children, so there's no singular point of view. Yet you assume this is the reality when you have an identity and a one viewpoint as a child, as a wife, as a mother, as a husband, as whatever the role that you are. Now become aware of that there's no singular into it. Now, being this mother is also begins where certainty ends. There is no certainty end. It's ending now. Now shrug the shoulders up and tilt the head back and massage the back of the skull. Breathe out and release. Now you could see that life, that through the single pinhole in that vast wall of darkness, that is us, each of us, peering out thinking we see the whole, but we don't. Now shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, open and close the mouth wide, and releasing that tension of the jaw, that the words and the conflict of the words, speech, all these things have both this tension. Breathe out into the chest and allow the spine to collapse. Now take a deep breath in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Come into the space of the Chidatasa. Now just observe that eyes only can see a view, and it always defending a viewpoint, and it blocks the space of the mother, the heart. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Let that breath be the awareness that replaces that argument, whatever you're having at the moment. Tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Now coming to a place where you're neutral with your space. Now, can you really make a connection, seeing others as vividly as yourself? Without judgment, without praising, without high, without low, without rich, without poor. Now that is the nurturing of the space consciousness. It's not about who is right, who is awake, and we see each other clearly without this shield of your opinions. Even people who are going to go on the Mother's Day, especially when they're visiting the in-laws, just make sure that you don't have that. Now take a deep breath in and twist the spine to the right side. I will move the camera towards Darren for you to observe the specific physical space of this vehicle. Back into the center. Shoulders relax, change the leg formation. Twist the spine to the other side on the out breath. Opening up, stomach gently pulling in. Back into the center, and very gently allow your neck to be stretched onto the right side. Really, this is important on this neck stretch, because we are holding a lot of tension, being polite, being defending, being in the space of being polite with the argument. Back into the center, onto the other side stretch. Back into the center. Now, I want you in this center to come that we are not separate from the nature. We are nature, because we are using the element of the breath, element of the earth, element of heat, all these things, water. So let yourself be like a space of a rock or a tree or a cloud or a water. In this stillness, allow us to remember the space of nature in that mother. Start being present to that space. You're not a visitor, but as a part of the earth. Now, very gently take a deep breath in and bring your left foot into the back, opening up that chest. Shoulders relax, opening up. Take a deep breath in and elevate that space of heart. And take a deep breath out and drop those elbows and walk those hands into the front, release the tension. Now, for some of you, hopelessness is actually maybe logical, but it's useless. So take a deep breath in and raise your kindness in this very present moment about 1%. A small ripple that creates a great wave. So be part of that creation of that wave. Now take a moment to observe yourself very gently in this space and observe how you're holding the body. And just that coming into this place now, you have such a reason enough to be grateful. You're appreciating the small things, meaningful moments, people, places, realization. Appreciate that what you have right now, not what you lack. Most of you, please come out of that headspace of lacking. Now take a deep breath in, gently coming back into the space, and very gently allow your body to move into a gentle plank. Stronger on the pelvic floor. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. Just observe that sound. My neighbor is building a house, so there's a lot of sounds here. Respect and maintain your harmony, because this is a great moment. Our practice comes into the space of the examination. So now you have with that sound, even myself, to create a meaning through your choices and attitude. I can give attitude to that sound and say it shouldn't have happened. But this very moment, what is it teaching is it helps us to accept life's uncertainty. And for me, it might be a little bit more further than finding meaning even in the face of suffering. All right, now crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in and very gently coming into an up face. Shoulders relax and chest open. Elongate the posture where you are, holding the face very gently. Breathe out towards the down face. Now, this is your first down face. So be gentle with the ankles, be gentle in scanning the knees, be very gentle with the hips, very gentle with the spine. Appreciate the flow of the body in this very present moment, the breath. So to appreciate this, you're coming into the awareness and compassion of the body. It's a limitation to the mind, to the relationships. Now take a deep breath in and bring that left foot into the front onto the pigeon pose. Shoulders relax, open up that chest. And very gently, you can start with the body scanning and acknowledging the space of the body, roles that each part of the body plays in your life. So in this very moment, there is a gratitude. There's a Mother Day of empathy and connection for yourself. Now, this is a very moment. Take a deep breath in and lift up the space of the heart. And breathe out, drop the elbows, walk those palms and release those tensions. And what is happening here is you're breaking the entitlements and you become the nurturers of humility. So you're allowing this grumpiness of this body, the face, by bringing this awareness to come into that soft soul. Of course, with age and time and experiences of our bodies, our minds become very grumpy. It's coming very short with things. But what awareness brings, it's melt it like a child when you seen and loved by you first. Let your innocence play now. Now take a deep breath in and bring that openness of the body coming back, releasing that hardened spaces and warming up with the innocence of the awareness. And all this innocence is waiting to be noticed into a plank. Now, you can lower it onto a stronger plank onto the Chaturanga Dandasana. And take a deep breath in, up face, down face. Now lift up onto the toes and very gently ground those feet which have walked a marathon in its life. Drop the knees, reflect on the space of the knees in silence. Stretch the spine, reflect on the spine. Pause for a minute to give the same Mother Day's love that nurturing these 1 minute in gratitude or thank you notes, expressing your space, gratitude into the space of the spine, knees, feet. So when you sharing this part within your body and within your breath and within your mind and within your journey, you're very gently coming into this space of silence and breath with a gentle pause, with affirmation, with a body scan, and you're thanking each part of your body with a mindful breathing of inhale and you thank it, exhale, you. Inhale, thank, exhale, you. Just having that moment to rewire the space of the brain, having gratitude for yourself with all this work. And there is now greater space in this sign of noble soul. It only shows you now what a privilege is to be alive, isn't it? It's a privilege to move. Now it's a privilege to sense, privilege to see, privilege to taste, privilege to love, privilege to give. Now what we have into inner, now crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in, elbows onto the floor and breathing into a gentle cobra. I want you in this cobra position, in this Bhujangasana position. I have asked you to drop the elbows. What does thank you really mean in your life? What is gratitude really mean in your life in this very moment? Can gratitude exist without belief in something higher? Or is gratitude more powerful in hard times or in good times? Ask yourself. Be the observer of your own mind. We're very good of comparing and bringing logic answers to everything else. But how about putting you on the spot and observing this? Is it more powerful in hard times or it is gratitude is easy for you on good times only? Take a moment and rolling and bringing the chest into the front. Drop the belly onto the floor. Soften the hips now. I want you to keep your third eye on the floor and bring your left leg up onto the ceiling as much as possible. Let's put onto the right side now. Totally opening up that hip. Your left body is on the floor. Left knee to the chest or onto the side now. In this opening pose, I would like you to turn your head into any direction that you prefer and allow that arms to stretch where you are comfortable, because I'm going to bring some space of reflection to come this space more. Take a moment. Or a gift in your life you have never properly appreciated. Or it can be a person. Or it can be an event. Or it can be the light of the sun that you have never took time to appreciate. In this moment, if you have identified it not as an identity, how would you express gratitude into this space? It can be a mother, it can be a teacher, it can be a relationship, a friend, an event. Just be in that space and very gently, when you have work. Now, let's say you have an event or a person that is totally you can't deal with it. Let's say it's a person, especially people who are visiting their parents, in-laws. Imagine all these hardened spaces that you have experienced and put them into a statue that are unbreakable. Imagine there is a child within them. That child is still there waiting to be noticed. The more it is not being noticed, appreciated, it becomes that dead statue, including yourself. I see this when I walk the dogs in the park. I see when there is a puppy, even the oldest, grumpiest person soften when the puppy runs to them. Oh, it happens with babies also, I think. I have seen it. Now, very gently take your time and let that left leg come back. And would you like to do with that same sequence onto the right side, taking your time? First, you elevate the leg up without holding the body too tightly to the floor. Then over to the right side, then knee to the chest or to the side. Now, I have something to really open you up a little bit. So now the vibration of the class has shifted into the face of the vibration of a gratitude. Now, I always say be grateful for life, but for the ability to be thankful and even to be thankful for something else, I think it's a greater, higher vibration. Because a lot of people say thank you more on a space of a vocabulary. Take a moment. And this is a great thing. If you leave no other message behind, okay, because everyone loves their legacy, everyone build up a tombstone and put their age. And I don't know why they put the age. How about that tombstone can let just be thank you, giving me that life in the earth. You will be honored on a tombstone said nothing but thank you. Because that's all there really is in the end, isn't it? Isn't it? Now take a deep breath in and very gently allow yourself to come back into that space. Shoulders relax and your chest is open. Now take a deep breath in into the space of face. Down face. Left foot, left knee to the left chest. Let's stretch back, left knee to the left elbow. Back, left knee to the right elbow. Really get that right elbow and turn the right shoulder. Stretch back, left foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back. Arms raise onto the ground. Arms onto the Namaskar position. I want you to, in this Namaskar position, especially coming into this space, spirituality is trending so viral, but truth does not go viral. Now you see how it's the same. The houses are trending, but homes are not viral anymore. Medicine is trending, but health is not viral. So take a moment and putting up onto the Virabhadrasana. Sex is trending, but love doesn't go viral. Why is it? So take a mudra and observe within yourself the illusion that is selling to you, sold to you. Maybe some of you have bought it. Maybe some of you might be using. Take a moment. Once that moment is done and you have come into that realization, gentle arch. Back into the center. Elbow onto the knee. Right arm stretch up. You can actually pinpoint the elbow. Even this posture is very powerful. And then allow the right arm to grow into that direction. Now, this is a moment to, when your real habitual patterns coming in, stop asking the clown why he keeps acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going to the same circus. This relate to everything in your life. It might just look like just a comment, but stop asking the clown why he keeps acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going into the circus. Right arm reaching into the front and touch the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Left reaching into the back and touch the floor. Of the back knee, holding onto the front knee. Shoulders relaxed and just open. Lunge and release the tension of those groins. We the groins can be very grumpy also. So observe and bring that softness into that space. It's melt when you bring that breathing into the inside of that space of the energy. Arm switch onto the side, right arm onto the top, onto the Garudasana. Observe. Observe. It doesn't really matter what you have or don't have. If you're not able to enjoy the fact of that space of gratitude, you should be grateful for the capacity to be grateful even. Take a deep breath in. Gentle arch, spread the wings wider and touch the floor. Stronger into the pelvic floor, into a plank. Now, very strong on this plank. Left foot over the right foot, opening up the left chest, left arm up. So this is from the plank you're doing. Left reaching into the back and touch the floor. Now very gently drop the knees and stretch the spine. So constantly you're tweaking your kindness setting and make them a little more active. And this should be like the mantra for each day. Put in that 1% more effort with kindness. Starting with yourself. Let this have the ripple. Take a moment. Take a moment to see that you're melting into this space, into the source. From the physical creation, from the mental creation. Little glimpse of it. You're experiencing it. What advice would you give to your younger self? First, you can observe the younger self wouldn't be listening anyway if you're giving a younger self experience. You have experienced that with the children. So it wouldn't be matter what you told him. Probably the most realistic thing is just to be kind. You know, we do this in relationship. We do this with difficult clients. We do with this with elderly because that is something you can do. You can tweak your kindness into the body, into the breath. I take a deep breath in, rolling and bringing the chest into the front. Breathing in into up face, shoulders relaxed. Breathe out towards the down face. Right leg up into the back. Breathe out, right knee to the right chest, stretch back. Right knee to the right elbow, stretch back. Right knee to the left elbow, stretch back. Right foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back. Arms raise onto the crown. Palms onto the namaskar position. Shoulders relax, chest open. So take a mudra that you are no longer defending yourself against the world. But this inside there is just a sweet little person. When you come into that realization, come into the Virabhadrasana, opening up that space. That's the grumpiness of the body, grumpiness of the mind. The whole mind is grumpy. Take a mudra. It ignores everything. But when it encounters this awareness and gratitude, it just melt and become this space of innocence. So ask yourself, what are those moments for you? Whether it's tasting a food, walking on the garden, gentle arch. Back into the center. Elbow onto the knee, left arm reaching up, left reaching into the front, touch the floor. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back and touch the floor. So the back knee and holding onto the front knee. Lunge a little bit, those groins. When the logic falls into the body, what happens? It remains numb, it remains tight. Come on onto the right hand arm, switch onto the side, left arm onto the top, onto the Virabhadrasana. We have this such a negative mantra about being human, isn't it? Everyone's saying it's hard. But take a moment how gorgeous and cute also that space. So when you come into this realization, you absolutely feel at home. Take a deep breath in, gentle arch, spread the wings wide and touch the floor. Into a plank, strong on the pelvic floor. So let's do the other side. Was it right foot over the left, opening of the right chest? See this one? Right reaching into the back and touch the floor. Drop the knees and completely breathe out into the space of the cat. Breathing in tongue, roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the Chittakasan. Stop spending time trying to arrive into this place. Try to be. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Breathing in and breathe out. Now give a good rotation to those hips. Wider rotation. Releasing to life to move through without that difficulty, without that outside noise bothering you. Inside noise as well. Well, some people don't have outside noise, but they have a lot of noise inside. Wider rotation to the other side and stretch the spine. Now most of your fight is when you feel that you're separated from something magnificent. Or when you come into that realization that no one has to give it to you, it's always there, but you kind of step away from it. Because every time you have to take a profit, you took the profit, so you, or the logic, or the education, or whatever profitable which was trending, you took that. But now, the quote I said before is very relevant. Truth is not going viral, but spirituality is. Now that you have come into this realization of experience, that kind of yearning for that kind of stuff will stop trying to be fashionable. And you also feel very peaceful because you have stopped trying to arrive in that space. Because getting there is selling a lot. The retreats are selling a lot, holidays are selling a lot, vacations are selling a lot, cars and new houses are selling a lot. It's almost has created this blindness in us. So when you are trending with these spaces where the world is not that clear to you anymore, it's sort of murky. And in that murky, you take very wrong decisions. I suppose the disruption happening on nature also in this level, relationships also in this level, in wealth also in this level. You can only do it if you really not even seeing it that clearly in the first place. It is very clear to you, you couldn't possibly allow anything to hurt it because it is that real to you. Now come to the child pose. Take a moment and come into the crown of the head and lift up the buttock. Just activate. So you're not defending a physical space. This is not about right or wrong. The fist on the third eye. This is not about being flexible body and not flexible body. The awareness of your environment, of your mind's health. It's very important, huh? This mind health. Thanks for you guys have been practicing for the last 20 years. A lot of people are, this is a trending thing now. But when trending truth also doesn't go viral, but now you're really aware of this. So aware of How you exist then and how you're existing now. You are of yourself. Now wake up the spine one vertebra at a time. Now your little vantage point idea of that you could be certain about anything is completely absurd, is it? When you come into that completely absurd, you have completely abandoned the idea of being because you only navigate totally right or totally wrong, good or bad, rich or poor. And then where you are not defending a viewpoint, you are not defending a physical space. Now very gently lift up onto the knees. Right arm reaching up few times into the back. First soften the back, elevate and lift up the hip and the kidneys and the heart. Then the left arm doing the same. And then you come to the Uttarasana or the camel pose. You can open up, push the hips into the front and reach onto your ankles, reach onto your heels, or to a bolster, or you can keep the feet um, facing up and flat. So it's totally up to you. Shoulders relax, just open. Now, Trasana might bring a really active energy. So very gently move into the child pose. And this time I would like you to warm up your kidneys uh, in that space of recovery. It runs a lot of purification. Mhm. So I want you to very gently now wake up the spine one vertebra at a time. Stretch the legs into the front and shake the legs and release any tension. Now, very gently knee to the chest and completely breathe out. Breathing in, arms raised onto the ground and feet stretched. Just bring some Agni, some fire into that belly, knee to the chest, breathe out. Especially if you're going for a meal after this, breathing in, breathe out, 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 knees to the chest. Now very gently cross the legs and twist the spine to the right, back to the center. Cross the legs and twist the spine to the other side. Back into the center. Shoulders relax. Now take a moment in this practice. It's a reflection on your life and the power of saying thank you to things. Now take a moment, take it as a Mother's Day, and ask yourself why wisdom only comes to me with all this experience. Because we need the life experience to reflect upon through your memories and all those things of the past. But with the practice, you each day arrive with the same possibility to you experience now What the class has done is you're experiencing the same, you're having the same relationships, but with wonder, but with as the innocence of a child. So I want you to take a screenshot of your life lesson that you have learned through these practices. You have allowed yourself to get out of your own way and rejoice in the experience of here and in the present. Even with those off times when the experience may not be as kind as you thought or might hope. Now, that experience, if you have this energy, it becomes its own reward, isn't it? Over the boundless reflection of time, with each reflection of time, with each passing day, you continuously becoming the being. This morning, this practice is a mirror reflection. The experience may seem to be muddled along with the journey of the sameness. Because some people say, I go to work, I come here, my life is this. But your ability to prepare your path with the joy of the experience lies within you. Yes, we take the same route, we come to the same home. All that you need to do is allow your immersion into the experience and see what the day will bring, not the other way around. So, in this space, when you come into this realization, arms raised onto the ground, and very gently taking a moment in palms onto the namaskar position in that space of gratitude to all the mothers. So this class is not just a speech, it's an offering. Whether it was a teaching, whether it's a space that you have lived, whether it's a comfort of a relationship that allows you to soften and listen and open together. Now you begin with presence, not persuasion. I want you to meet me in this quiet place within yourself. Now take a deep breath in, and I want you to chant 3 ohms on the vibration of that gratitude to that space within yourself that you can see the mothers. Take a deep breath in. Arms raised onto the ground, facing the space and opening up this space of reflection and then the absurd beauty of being, releasing the need to be right, to become not a guest but an equal nature of the practice. And to many, many mothers that have been in your life and going to be in your life, and that space of hope isn't passive, it's a kindness, is power. We all are just little kids and waiting. And namaste. Thank you. Just thank you. Namaste to you all. Namaste. Now the answer is sleep. there's a very bright light on the screen coming from the sun and hardly see you all in the face of the human physical body, but can see you all in light, which is more accurate because in the end we all are light. Now let me put the curtains down so that I can see you all. Okay. Screen is a little bit more clear. Oh, very good. Can see Matt, can see Rebecca and Des very clearly, Maria and Sylvia and Michelle. My love to you. Big hugs for the Mother's Day for your parents, whether they are there in physical form or not. Maria and Sage, love you all and thank you for making my day so beautiful. Thank you. Love you all. Mwah. Happy Mother's Day.